Hey guys, in this video, we're going to talk about Grubhub. Now, we ended the day on Friday at 1372, up around 1%, a little over 1% from the previous trading session. Now, that previous trading session also brought us in a new low. So we have a new swing low for us here on the daily chart, and that is going to be 1347. So really, ever since we got out of this rising channel, we broke down out of that. We kind of reverted back to the mean here right around those 1660s, and then just been pulling back ever since for about, I don't know, a month and a half or so. But we printed a new low in here on Thursday. So therefore, that is going to be our new swing low. Just going to slap a fib retracement on here for that. Because just kind of make it easier when we're identifying key levels in here. And it helps out a lot, especially when you get a nice pullback and you get a fresh swing low, kind of rethink everything, kind of retool everything on your charts. And maybe there's some things on here that, we weren't really looking at before. So now that we have that new swing low in here, that is going to be our first support. So that 1347 is going to be our first support. Below that, nice whole numbers, 13, 1250, etc. Our resistance, our first one is going to be this 9-day EMA. It's carrying a lot of weight. It's going to be 1410 is what we're looking at right now. And above that, we are going to have this 23.6 fib level here. So maybe it's an area that we might really not have identified, or we might have identified it falsely, but really it's that $15 level. You can see that carried a lot of resistance and support for us back in late September and early October. Everything was kind of wrapped around that. It must be a nice psychological number for the traders in here. Now, above this, we're either looking at this 50-day moving average or this 38.2 fib level, which is currently trading right around that 16 mark. So really anything in between the 15.75 to that $16 area, that's going to carry a lot of resistance for us in here as well. And you can see back in, what was this, mid-October or so, we actually basically jumped, gapped up from that 23.6 fib level into that 38.2. So we had no trouble in the past jumping up quickly to that level. So once we get past that 15, 16 should be easily on the board, or at least they're close to the 16s, that 15.75, $16 area. Shouldn't be that far away. Now, RSI, we're looking at 24. We are oversold here on stochastics as well at 9. So everything's extremely oversold in here, really, ever since we had that big pullback from like the 55s down to the 20s. Really just everything's been getting beaten up in here in Grubhub. It's been pretty oversold in the past, but this is, I mean, let's see, back in October, it was down here, but it wasn't as bad as it is now. So perhaps this might have give us a little clue of, okay, bottom is in for now. We're going to revert back to those 15s, those 16s, and then figure out what we're doing from here. But until then, we're just going to look at our nice whole numbers for support, looking at that 9-day EMA, and then that $15 level. That's going to be our 23.6 fib level for our resistance. IV rank in here is at 42, so a little bit of juice. Your December monthlies, everybody's pricing in right around $1.33. And if you go to your November monthlies, everybody's pricing in right around 90 cents. So not really huge expected moves, but we are a very, very cheap stock right now, only 13 bucks, but we do have some juice in here for your options contracts, and your volume is pretty much dead in here. So I would be careful with that, but still pretty cheap stock to kind of get a hold of. And if they ever figure out what they're doing, it might actually be something worthwhile. But until then, looking at that 9-day EMA, we're seeing if we can climb back up to those 15s, and then we'll go from there. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to check us out on our social media. We have attached the links to our socials in the description. And we also have a trading service if you're interested. There's more information in the description below.